Hello, my name is Jamie and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Unlike any other YouTube channel that showcases Pokemon Go PvP content, mine exclusively showcases Shadow Pokemon. So, if you're into that type of content, I'd appreciate if you could like and subscribe.
So, let's get into today's video. Today we are doing yet another throwback challenge. Today we are repping battlebills double mudboy strategy. Shout out to battlebill, he's a fantastic Twitch streamer. He did make YouTube content, I don't think he's making it anymore. I will link his Twitch in the description down below. So his team that he ran in the early seasons was Skarmory double mudboy. However, this team is absolutely not viable anymore because two Pokemon have come into the meta, Trevenant and Walrein. Walrein can beat all three. If Trevenant's on the switch, we get outpaced, lose our Mudboy, and the Shadow Ball near one-shots our Shadow Skarmory. So Battlebill was running Skarmory, Swampert, and Whiscash. I do not have the capability to run Whiscash, it's not available as a Shadow, so we are running double nukes on Quagsire. These battles have been pretty insane. All the dubs we did manage to pick up were pretty crazy, so here we go, let's get into the battles. We see a Sableye in the lead, we say switch to the Quag, they come in with Nidoqueen. This is absolutely not a good matchup for Nidoqueen, as they are weak to ground. We draw a shield with the Earthquake, even an Earth Power from this range will not KO. They're over farming heavily, I've got no intentions of shielding the Quag. We are just going to use it as a damage sponge. They go for a Poison Fang. Once again, this is a Poison Fang. I should survive and make an Earthquake. So I'm hoping to get both shields down, and we actually don't make the Earthquake. But either way, we're going to use this as an opportunity to come in with Skarmory and farm down. The fact they haven't thrown Earth Power, they could be running Stone Edge, but I honestly couldn't give a flying fuck. I imagine they are weak to ground in the back, which probably means that Skarmory is going to have zero play. This could be the Stone Edge, and guess what? Eat Stone Edge, motherfucker, to myself, and I'll switch out into Swampert, Mudshot down. So Swampert up shields is going to have to sweep this team. Let's see what they decide to do. Are they going to come back in with a Sableye? Yes, they do. So I'm looking to get the extra Mudshot in. They now make a swap out into a Dark Poison type. So they're running a double Poison team. This Hydro Cannon will almost KO the Shadow Skunk. We can now Mudshot it down completely, and the win con for the opponent is going to be 2 Shadow Chloris down. Unfortunately, 1 Hydro Cannon does not KO, and we aren't running Earthquake, so we are going to have to make 3 moves, and we have still got that Skarmory that isn't in 1 Shadow Claw range, so we could potentially Air Slash down, but Swampert, as always, is going to do goat things, and Swampert clutches up game number 1. GG's to the opponent. So we called their weak to ground in the back, where Skarmory has a good matchup against Skunk either way. So in game 2, we see a Metachan in the lead. We switch out into Quag. I've come into Quag as we do survive 2 crunches as long as we don't get a defense drop. They fire the crunch and they get the defense drop. Not ideal. So I'm going to shield this one up. We are going to exchange the 1 shield. I will lose the 1 shield. We're going to CMP tie on the second Stone Edge. So Stone Edge coming through. This will absolutely draw a shield from the Drapion. They are going to want to flip switch. And we're going to CMP tie in case the opponent gets greedy and over farms. So the opponent's counting is spot on. They do take us out before we are able to get to the second Stone Edge, and now it's time for an aggressive play. It's time to come in with a goat and completely Mudshot down. That is pretty aggressive as this Drapion is around 40% HP. I am going to have to tank 1 move. We sneak a Mudshot, so we will Mudshot down before they make another move, and Swampert is now absolutely loaded. What is the opponent going to come in with? They come back in with the Metachan. I'm going to hit it with a Hydro Cannon and switch out into Skarmory, hoping Skarmory has a decent matchup against whatever's in the back. And here comes Registeel. You might be thinking we are absolutely fucked, but let me tell you, if you don't know about the Shadow Swampert, you're about to find out, because the goat will always do motherfucking goat things. Give Swampert an inch and he will take a mile. This move is going to take us out. The opponent still does have 1 shield, so this is where energy management is going to be key. The Metachan isn't at a move, so I am going to go for an undercharge. I need to leave with 2 moves. We successfully undercharge. It's absolutely beautiful. The opponent is still switch locked. We're going to shield up the Focus Blast, commit to the Mudshot down. Swampert leaves with 2 moves. First Hydro Cannon will draw the shield from the Metachan, and second Hydro Cannon is going to be more than enough to KO. So high Metachan, bye Metachan, GG's, and thanks for playing. This is why I always call Shadow Swampert the GOAT, because my god, he is good. We see a Defense Deoxys in the lead. We switch out into Quag, they come in to Pidgeot. So this is definitely a matchup I will be drawing shields, which is absolutely beautiful because Swampert operates beautifully as a closer with shields down. They are going to have to Brave Bird me to take me out, and the opponent correctly throws the Brave Bird. With the lowered defense, I'm going to come in with Skarmory and look to completely air slash it down. We will have to probably take another Brave Bird, but despite being Shadow, Skarmory does resist it and it isn't going to do too much damage. I imagine this is going to be another Brave Bird. It will get us into the yellow. We're actually almost in the red. We now are in the red and we leave with a load of energy. Let's see what they come in with. The opponent is waiting out the timer. Back out comes Deoxys and I come back in with Swampert. I could have Brave Bird and dipped, however I choose to bank that energy. I am going to shield this first move up in case they Psycho Boost and dip. It's just a Thunderbolt. The opponent is farming up an absolute boatload of energy. I am going to fire off this Hydro Cannon. 2 Hydro Cannons will be enough to knock out. So let's see if the opponent wants to commit their final shield. The opponent does shield it up. I am going to shield this up in return. I believe that at back-to-back Psycho Boost, but my Skarmory is super low on HP, so I need him to dump the remainder of that energy. This Psycho Boost probably will still take us out, and now Skarmory with loads of energy is going to have to close. Out comes Nidoqueen. I'm at 100 energy, so this Brave Bird needs to do enough damage to allow us to leave with another move. Yes, it does, so Skarmory on hardly any HP is going to clutch up this game. So GG's and thanks for playing. Despite going for a Brave Bird and lowering our defense, Skarmory is resisting Poison Jam and clutch up that game. We see Ferrothorn in the lead. This is pretty dreadful. They build to a Thunder and switch out. Here comes Marowak. I am counting fire spins. They throw on what I believe to be 5. I've watched this video about 10 times and I still can't count 6. But either way, we get hit with a Shadow Ball. You love to see it. So I am going to fire off a Stone Edge and I imagine the opponent is now going to flip switch. However, if the opponent wants switch, they are going to have to go down 2 shields. This is just going to be a Bone Club. I'm more than happy to commit a shield and see if the opponent wants to go shields down. We do shield up a Bone Club. We make the second Stone Edge. Is the opponent willing to go down all shields to flip switch? Yes, they are. Once again, I am counting fire spins. They're at 4. So I am going to come back in with Skarmory and I am going to throw a Sky Attack immediately. I do this, I don't want to show the opponent Swampert. Hardly anyone's running double Mudboys, so I imagine they don't expect another Mudboy in the back. I am going to shield this up as they left enough energy for a Thunder. We correctly shield up a Thunder. This isn't great. I am counting Bullet Seeds. I'm going to go for a Sky Attack. They sneak a Bullet Seed. They're now 1 away from the next Thunder. So this is where you're going to see yet another crazy play. How many people switch out into a Shadow Swampert to a loaded Ferrothorn? We successfully catch a Thunder, and we are now going to be able to Mud Shot down before they make a Power Whip. We leave with a move, and the opponent quits the match. GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next battle, we see Altaria in the lead. I intend to take 1 move and then switch out into Quagsire and Niantic. Fix your fucking game. We get a shit ton of lag. We miss 2 air slashes, 6 turns, which isn't optimal. I'm going to throw a Sky Attack, see what the opponent wants to do. They let it go through. They're now at back-to-back Sky Attacks. So I'm going to allow 1 to go through and instantly swap into Quagsire to attempt to catch the second one. I do that successfully, and let's see what the opponent wants to do. So the opponent is staying in. It looks like they are looking to bank a move. We outpace to this Stone Edge. This will take out the Altaria unless the opponent wants to shield. The opponent does put up a shield, which is a bit puzzling. They are going to have to throw energy. We'll make another Stone Edge. The opponent does throw their energy, which is great for us. We can now come in with Skarmory and completely air slash down. So if you look into the left, you'll see me click Skarmory. And for some reason, out comes Swampert. Yet again, this game is an absolute mess. So we've shown our last Pokemon, which I really didn't want to do. We dump our energy to get rid of the Altaria, and here comes Toxicroak. So they obviously were really weak to ground in the back, as they did stay in with Altaria. So I switch out, catch the Mud Bomb on Skarmory. They come in to a Galarian Stunfisk. I believe 1 Mud Shot will take us out, so I throw the Sky Attack to give some chip damage. And now once again, the Goat is going to have to do Goat things. I am going to be forced to shield up this Rock Slide. And I'm absolutely certain they are not going to shield this Galarian Stunfisk. So once again, you are going to see me go for an undercharge. Again, we need to leave with 2 moves. I successfully undercharge. We're now 1 Mud Shot away. So I fire the 1 Mud Shot at this Toxicroak. We have the back-to-back moves. The first one will draw the shield. The second one will KO. The opponent realizes the game's over and they let it go. GG's and thanks for playing. Moving on into the next one, we see Galarian Stunfisk in the lead. We safe switch into Quag and once again they are staying in. Hopefully this means they are weak to ground in the back. Quag tanks an Earthquake, and we are going to throw an Earthquake of our own in return. Is the opponent willing to shield it up? Because this will one-shot. Hardly anyone, no shields, versus a Quag, as we don't have any bait moves really. Stone Edge is less energy, but it's not really worth baiting, in my opinion. We are going to shield up a Rock Slide. We're already at the next Earthquake. Is the opponent willing to go down 2 shields? The opponent actually double shields, so we've got all shields down. However, this Galarian Stunfisk could be a bit of a problem for me. It's far too healthy for me to come in with Skarmory, so we come in with Swampert. This could be an Earthquake, so I am going to shield it up. We correctly shield up an Earthquake, and now I am keeping track of the opponent's energy. The opponent makes a great catch onto Metachan, so they're obviously looking to draw my Skarmory back out, so they must have something else good against Skarmory in the back. With that in mind, I am just going to KO this Metachan immediately, not bring my Skarmory out yet, and I'm going to look to sack the Skarmory on an Earthquake when the Galarian Stunfisk returns. A very ambitious play. We know they're 1 mud shot away, so allow them to do 1 more mud shot. We catch the Earthquake on Skarmory, and let's see what the opponent has in the back. The Stunfisk is staying in, so whatever it is, obviously does want to draw my Skarmory out. I'm just going to get rid of it, as I have loaded energy on Swampert, and it is fairly healthy. In the back is a Bastiodon. Skarmory is going to go for a Brave Bird to lower my defense, and the Bastiodon is going to have to make 2 moves to take me out. And once again, you're going to see the GOAT will always do GOAT things. The Bastiodon is at 8, so they need 6 more for the next move. Stone Edge lands. It doesn't do too much damage. I'm counting smackdowns. They're now at 5. So they're 1 short of the next Stone Edge. This Hydro Cannon will not KO, but this next one most certainly will. So GG's and thanks for playing. What a crazy team comp from the opponent. Most people run that as an ABB line with Metachan and the 2 tanks in the back. Either way, we take the dub. Moving on into the next battle, we see Shadow Swampert in the lead, so I have to switch out into Swampert rather than Quagsire here. I'm looking to sneak. We did get a sneak. We deny a mud shot this time, but they're still 1 ahead, as it does take 1 turn to switch. So I am going to commit all my shields, as Quagsire with twin nukes is a pretty good closer in its own right. So I'm going to fire off 1 more Hydro Cannon. Let's see if the opponent is willing to double shield. Yes, they are, and they are going to outpace us by 1 mud shot to the move. So unfortunately, we do get our Swampert KO'd. The opposing Swampert is super healthy, and it is a Shadow, so my Skarmory is going to take loads of damage. However, we've got faith in the Quag closing. So we are going to eat a Hydro Cannon. Shadow versus Shadow, it does huge damage. You can see we're already down to around 33% health. I'm going to throw a Sky Attack to take out this Swampert. I look to undercharge and get a mud shot, and I'm spamming out Quagsire, and here comes Talonflame. So you're going to see here, the opponent throws the 3rd Incinerate. Quagsire only takes 14 turns. The Talonflame takes 15 turns, so they were unable to switch out. We one-shot the Talonflame. In the back is a Registeel, and Quagsire is going to operate as a beautiful closer. You saw 1 nuke, have another nuke. Bye, Tin Can. Really nice seeing you. Not. Moving on into the next battle, we see another dreadful lead against the Galarian Stunfisk. This time I decided to throw 1 Air Slash, and here comes Alolan Ninetales. This isn't a great matchup for Alolan Ninetales, as Stone Edge will one-shot. If the opponent chooses not to shield, they shield it up. This is going to be a Weather Ball. Once again, I am going to commit a shield here and see if the opponent is willing to go down 2 shields. So overfarm as much as I dare. This Stone Edge will be taking out the Ninetales unless they are willing to shield. The opponent lets it go. Back out comes the Stunfisk. They are going to have to throw energy or potentially get hit with an Earthquake. So the opponent dumps the energy, throwing a Rock Slide to take out our Quag. Now we can realign our Pokemon. In comes Swampert. I am going to allow this move to go down. I thought they were 1 short of the Earthquake, and apparently my counting let me down once again. So you saw against the Marowak, I thought it was only 5 Fire Spins, and it was actually 6. There, I thought they was only at 6 mud shots, and apparently it was 7. So I bank a Hydro Cannon onto my Swampert, switch out into Skarmory to soak up damage. I am going to have to commit to the Air Slash down against this Drapion. We will get hit with another Crunch. It's going to get a super low, but I am going to have to save my shield for Swampert. So we do Air Slash down. The Stunfisk is in the green, and here's the fucking 5-head play. We're going straight for the Brave Bird, as we know there's 0 chance of them shielding. Brave Bird lands, they're now deep into the red. We are going to land this Sky Attack. This will be getting the shield from the Stunfisk or KOing, and we've got the move banked on Shadow Swampert, and despite a terrible lead, we win that battle. Moving on into the next one, we see Scrafty in the lead. Out comes Kofagrigus, and I switch out into Quag. Swampert has a far better matchup than Quagsire here. However, it's got a dreadful matchup against the Scrafty, so I'm just going to look to get some shields down. I'm going straight for the Hail Mary of an Earthquake. The opponent shields it up, and I'm hoping to make a Stone Edge, but we get Shadow Clawed down as I've got hardly any HP. But either way, we do draw a shield, and now I am going to come in with Swampert and look to load up on some energy. So the opponent is going to throw a move. I am going to commit a shield. They do go for a Psychic, and yet again in the video we get a defense drop. So this Hydro Cannon will not KO, but we will be able to mud shot down before they reach another move. However, that defense drop is absolutely brutal. So back out comes Scrafty. I'm going to dip it with a Hydro Cannon and once again switch out into Skarmory. Is Skarmory going to have a positive matchup against something in the back? And here comes Defense Deoxys. This isn't great. Once again, 5-ed play. I'm going straight Brave Bird, as I believe there's zero chance of the opponent shielding. Brave Bird lands. It is a CMP tie. So now you already know that the play here is going to be to mud shot down the shit out of this Defense Deoxys. For once, the bulk on Defense Deoxys is going to do us a massive favour. I am going to shield up the Psycho boost. I am counting. They're 5 away from the next one. You can see they don't make it. Once again, we are one mud shot away from the back-to-back. First Hydro Cannon will draw the shield. Second Hydro Cannon will KO. GG's, Mr. Scrafty. Thanks for playing. So you can see in these battles, this team isn't really great, and you're about to see why it isn't great. We're going to get absolutely wrecked in this game. I'm not going to commentate. You can just watch it. So in this video, you saw how important energy management and fast move counting is. I did count moves wrong on 2 occasions, but we always recovered with great energy management. So I personally always opt for undercharging. If you're wondering how I've got pretty decent at undercharging, as I only use Shadow Pokemon, I do quite a lot of rocket grunts, and every single time I see a grunt, I do practice undercharging. I always try and not KO the Pokemon and always put it into farm down range. So that is how I've got good at undercharging, and fast move counting is something I practice. If you look on some of the Go Stadium graphics, they've got loads of really good graphics on fast move counts, and I am geeky enough to memorize them all. And you can also see numerous times in the video when I know the opponent isn't going to shield, especially with Skarmory, I've always opted for the Brave Bird, and it has landed. I think far too many players go for stupid baits, and Sky Attack just doesn't do the job. So those were some super fun battles. I'm really happy with all the dubs we picked up there, because I think a lot of them games I probably shouldn't have won. We take the dub, and I'd just like to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.